Rusty's Crypto Cave here, out in the shed. Just going to do a quick update video just on the Bitcoin miners. I have the S19 J Pro 104 here. This is running on a Braiins OS control board. The S19 K Pro, I'm running an ePic control board. That's the Ice River KS2. Side thing on that, this one actually won't let me log into the OS, but it's still mining, so something got goofy and wonky on that, but this video is not about that. And then the S19 J Pro plus 120 terahash, also running on an ePic control board. So we're going to go inside. I'm going to show you the settings I'm running on each of them. Basically, the 104 is running on around 90-95 terahash. That one, the K Pro, is running at 130 terahash. And the Pro Plus is also around 90-95. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but we'll see when we go inside. So let's go inside, hop on the computer, and we'll hop in all the dashboards. Rusty's Crypto Cave here. We're back inside the house now on the computer, and I am logged into the dashboard of the S19 J Pro 104 that is on the Braiins control board. As you can see, Braiins control board looks exactly like Braiins OS when you just install it in an SD card. The only difference is the dev fee, and there is no dev fee on the control board, whereas there is on the OS installed onto a SD card. But I have it set at run at about 2700 watt power setting. Chip temps on the exhaust side are like 59 degrees Celsius. And so that's probably why it's using a little bit less power, because my guess is the last time the tuner was run, which was about, say, 15 hours ago, temps were probably a little bit higher. I get is what my guess is. Because I notice when the temps are a little bit higher, power usage goes up a little bit, and the efficiency will drop a little bit. But I don't have any of my S19s on their own dedicated power outlets or breakers or whatever you want to call it, so I could actually do the exact testing of at-the-wall power. I thought about splitting some of the lines and just adding individual breakers for like a 30 amp and dividing it into two to have two PDUs attached to it, so I could run each ASIC off their own dedicated outlet, essentially. I'm not sure if I'm going to get into that. That might be more work than that's really necessary. So I have accurate power usage that I do at the end of the month anyway with the Emporia device that I have attached to my panel in my basement that records my energy, and I export a report every single month and get the power usage at the actual breaker itself. Which is actually probably the most accurate, because even if you measure it out at the shed, the power usage at the breaker is actually higher because of probably inefficiencies lost in the length of the run of cable, because it's probably, I'm going to guess 75, 80 feet, if not more, for where my breaker is until where the shed is. So there's going to be some efficiencies lost there, and I do notice in the Emporia device the power usage is higher than what is actually on the breakers itself. But anyway, completely different topic. But so I just set a baseline for this, the power usage settings. I'm kind of just going to go off of what is in the dashboards of each one. Like I said, I don't have the accurate at-the-wall ones. Some of them aren't too far off, like when we get to the S19 K Pro. Power usage, what that reads in the dashboard, since the ePic updated the firmware, has been much more accurate. But you can see this one's running around 90-95 terahash, somewhere around in that range, roughly about 2,700 watts-ish. And it's been pretty accurate. Last 24 hours shows low just because I guess it was doing a tune, so that's why that number is down. So, and which you'll see that in nice hash too. That number in nice hash is going to show low. And then this is the S19 K Pro. On the ePic control board. This one is the most efficient Bitcoin miner I own. As you can see, watts joules per terahash is about 23.6, where the other one, the S19 Pro was somewhere around 28 something. This one is pulling right around to 3,000, and this one is pretty accurate because when he did first hook it up, it is probably plus minus 20 watts, so it's going to be really, really close as far as that goes. But it's been humming along at 130 terahash. This one is on a breaker, what I believe is also my 3080 rig, I believe, is on this same breaker as well. Maybe a 3070 rig on that one. But this one's on the blue breaker that's in the shed. So But this one is running the ePic control board, the voltage optimizer with the perpetual tune set at 130 terahash. Summertime, I was actually going to actually tune this down more recently just because my power rate increases, but I did find another unlimited plan. It's probably only going to last a month, as far as like super cheap, and then after that it's probably going to go up. Hopefully it's still going to be cheaper than the 12-13 cents or whatever it is, which most of the other providers are offering. My game plan is to use as much of the unlimited I can, and hopefully they give me a competitive offer that I could pay a couple $100 flat fee plus distribution, and maybe have $1,000-$1,200 electric bill instead of $1,800 like last month's was. So, but we'll see after my first month. They didn't activate yet, so I'm guessing someday next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, it'll probably show in PP&L's website that I am on a new plan. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that. But anyway, this one is humming along. It's been great. I bought this one from Altairtech, and I bought the ePic control board from Altairtech as well. So if you're interested in either one, I'll leave a link in the description below. I do get a small cut, helps the channel out. And if not, that's fine too. If you already have them, great. I do really like these ePic control boards. I think I like the ePic better than the Braiins, to be honest with you. I was a fan of Braiins before from years ago with the S9s. They did really, really well. And I had Braiins on both my S9s that I ran. And I actually had those running on 110 outlets. And I didn't have them in the basement. I actually had them spread throughout the house, just at a lower power usage, so they weren't as ridiculously as loud. Because the one was in a house, in the room, right back there. And it's still, you could hear it, but not like annoyingly hear it. So you could hear the fans running, but nothing like it would be driving you batshit crazy. So, but anyway, but with the ePic control board, the tuning process does happen much faster. Like sometimes with the Braiins tuning, it could be 4, 5, 6 hours for the tuning process to complete. So if you want to mess around and test different things, it takes an awful long time. Now with the ePic, hour-ish maybe, if that, maybe. I never even really timed it, but I know it happens much, much quicker. I've set this S19 K Pro at 130 terahash, and it's been running at that for since I got the board, a very long time. And just because I'm kind of at my limit as far as power in the shed. Now the one breaker I do have some power available. I could probably move some things around and maybe crank one of the other ones up a bit, but I'm not going to do that until maybe I get the lower power rate. Maybe I'll switch things around and crank them up for a month or so while I am on the unlimited plan. But we'll deal with that at a later point. And then the last one here is the S19 J Pro Plus 120 terahash model. This one is set at a hash rate target of 90 terahash, pulling, as you can see, about 2,500 watts, which is probably pretty close to accurate as well. Probably plus minus 20, 30 watts or so. It's slightly more efficient than the 104 is running at currently. That shows 27.8 joules per terahash. And this guy is showing 27, 28. It's pretty close. They're about the same. So, ideally, I wish they were all K Pros. I probably should have bought more than one and maybe stashed the other two just to sell during the bull run. But it is what it is. Because I believe the K Pros are probably $500-$600 more than what I paid for it. Because I think I got this for like $1,600 or so from Altairtech for the K Pro. So, but, and then this J Pro Plus 120, I bought this one from BT Miners, I believe. I've had this one for a good bit. It's probably approaching a year, somewhere around there. But it's been pretty decent. It doesn't seem like it likes the ePic control board as much, or it's probably not the ePic control board's fault. It's more the actual miner itself doesn't get quite as efficient as what's like the K Pro can get. So I do have to mess around with stuff, but the everyday life and work has been just insane lately. I've been working a shit ton of hours. Basically have, gonna guess 4 more 12-hour days in a row before I get a day off, other than today, because thank God we're closed on Sundays. But it's gonna be a long week, so I may not get a video out midweek, and probably might not hit until Friday, just because of the amount of hours, and my ass is dragging already after it's like 3 bell-to-bells in a row. And actually, I had to get up early and go to a meeting an hour and a half away, 2 hours before we opened, and yeah, whatever. More bullshit with the day job. So, but it's been a very, very long last couple days, and it's only going to get worse. It doesn't get better until Friday, so at least I'll have Friday off, shorter day Saturday, and then Sunday off again. Maybe I could finally catch up and recoup. But yeah, the old fat ass has been dragging for the last couple days. So, but do want to go out and do some more stuff in the shed. Other updates: my Helium mobile Wi-Fi hotspot, the indoor one, has been up and running for a week and a half or so now, and I'm gonna want to make a video on that. The outdoor one is scheduled to be delivered, I believe, Monday or Tuesday. I think it got pushed to Tuesday. It was originally supposed to be Monday, and I think it got delayed to Tuesday, which doesn't really matter because I'm not going to have a chance to mess around with it until Friday anyway. So I'm still deciding whether I want to attach it to the house or maybe buy a pole, put the pole on the ground, attach it to that. Not sure yet, so I'll figure that out yet. But it's not really going to make much of a difference if I attach it to the house, or maybe I'll just do a pole and do that, just because I don't have to screw holes into my roof and stuff. And my roof was recently replaced, so it's not all that old. So I don't want to create any leaks. So the pole might be the better idea. But anyway, this was just basically a short update video on Bitcoin miners, how they're doing, what settings I have them running at, and the efficiencies and stuff. I wish I had some more accurate power numbers at the wall, but just don't have the amount of outlets available and the meter boxes, all that stuff set up, just because I only have 3 30-amp outlets, and 2 of them are shared on one, and all the GPUs and stuff are on the other one. So maybe at some point I'll see. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Might add another breaker, upgrade the panel. Just depends on how mining keeps going and all that stuff with the halving and all that stuff coming up. There's a lot of things happening in the crypto industry lately, so it may be beneficial for me to add another breaker. I would have to upgrade my sub panel from the 100 to 125, 150 terahash amps. So, because I do have 200 amp service to the house, and I don't really use a whole lot of power for anything else, so I should be fine adding another breaker for mining. I just have to go the whole sub panel replacement, all that stuff. I should have got a bigger one when I did it. Lesson learned. If you take anything away from this video, if you're adding a sub panel for mining and you think you need 100 amps, add one, put a 150 amp sub panel in there just for possibility of future expansion. So, but that's it for this video. We'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.